Secret Cutter's self-titled album. Secret Cutter is a band out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Actually used to go there when I was young. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. They used to have a music festival. Also, strangely enough, the first place I saw Jethro Tull. But Secret Cutter is nothing like Jethro Tull in any sense. Secret Cutter is one of those bands that totally encompasses almost every fun genre in the metal scene. From grindcore to sludge to hardcore. You know, these guys do it all, and they do it all with the utmost perfection. You know, it's the kind of album that you would listen to if you were working out or performing an anarchist act. And not only that, but it is totally fuzzed out, like to the point where at the end of every track you could literally hear the feedback. But it's genuine, and genuine in a way where, you know, these guys took every single possible genre that they enjoyed and they put it onto one album of their own making, of their own fluid style. I mean, the singer literally sounds like they put him in a mic booth with a beehive and told him, make it out singing or you don't make it out. And he totally did it. He nailed everything. He's so frantic. It's unbelievable. And the guitarist himself, you know, he goes from buzzsaw to sludgy to, you know, chugging guitar riffs out of nowhere. He's just as frantic as the singer is. But, I mean, as unbelievably talented as those two are, you know, one of the people that stood out the most, there's only three people in this band, the singer, the guitar player, and the drummer. The drummer stood out the most, for me at least, you know, not to downplay the other two, but he had a really, really interesting drum patterns. You know, I mean, his cymbal work was really, really interesting. I mean, it's nothing mind-blowing or technical. It's just well-played music, you know, for the masses, you know, the metal masses, I should say. So there's no pop compromising on this album at all. You know, and I kind of think like they kind of harken back to a much more bulkier agoraphobic Nosebleed, and they do it like so well, you know, and not only are the tracks themselves like these spastic numbers, you know, they totally set up their track listing and their album flow and song flow to sound really well with one another. You know, I really enjoy bands, and I kind of stick with bands that do that sort of thing, where, you know, the track isn't just like the next track's just like, where did that come from? These guys set it up so each track kind of bleeds in with one another in a perfect flow. And production-wise, you know, they kind of went with a more lo-fi kind of thing, which I really enjoyed. You know, I think it definitely fits the band to a really, really great way. Only for the simple fact that I feel as though the singer, you know, he just wails to such an amazing performance that I feel that those cracks and those kind of pops really worked well with it. And I feel like, too, you know, with how much feedback and how loud they probably were in the studio, they probably really needed that kind of lo-fi sound to get their message across. And they cover a various amount of topics, you know, which is also really, really cool. You know, you're always on your toes. You're always looking for that next kind of around the bend kind of thing. And you know it's coming. Especially like once you get past track 3 or 4, you know there's going to be something different every time. But the influences on this record, you know, really shine through in their own sort of way. You know, even though it's, you know, they throw in a little bit of grindcore here or, you know, black metal there, it's really, it kind of stays in that sludgy kind of aesthetic, you know. So definitely, if you're into that kind of music, definitely pick these guys up, because they're gonna rock your brain cavity. You know, it's gonna be something you never heard before. You know, and I'm really impressed with the fact that there's only 3 members of the band doing all of this. You know, when I first listened to it, I thought there was probably like 4 or 5 of these guys. There's only 3, and they're making all this noise, and they're totally, I find it funny too that they fill in the gaps sonically with how loud they are and how much distortion and feedback comes through, which I think really worked out well for them. They'd probably be quite the band to see live too, I'm imagining, because even on the record, it's very entertaining. You're not going to have a dull moment with this record. It's totally going to blow your mind. So we would thank you for watching our review, and please feel free to leave a comment in the comment box below. Also, please like and subscribe to our channel, and we hope to hear from you all soon. And also feel free to share with everybody you know. Thank you, and have a great day.